At Manchester Airport. Caterina Vitozzi is there for us. So, Caterina, no reported problems so far at Gatwick. What's the situation like where you are?
Similar picture here at Manchester Airport at the moment. The airport have said that they're not expecting or they haven't anticipated any flight cancellations as a result of the border force workers' strike. But they are, of course, issuing those standard warnings that we've heard to arriving passengers in particular, that there may be some delays, although there are contingencies in place. Let's speak to a member of the border force staff who is on strike today, Jack Ogden, who's helped organise the walkout here at Manchester Airport. Tell us what it is that you're striking over today. What do you hope to achieve?
So we're striking over a number of issues, but the biggest one being our pay award this year. The government's offered an on average 2% pay award across the civil service, and here with Border Force, for some of our members, that's resulted in even a 1% non-consolidated pay award. So that's a 1% lump sum of about £200. That is their pay rise. When inflation's running at 10-11% and potentially going to be going higher, the government has asked our members to, in essence, take a 10% pay cut. We've got members here who can't pay their mortgage, who are struggling to pay their rent because of the cost of living has gone so wildly up and are really, really, really struggling. All we want to do is for us as the government's own employees to be given a fair pay award so we can cover our essential needs. No one wants to live a life of luxury. What we want is to be able to pay our bills and be able to live an okay life in this cost of living crisis. You know, and that's all we're asking for.
The government, what have you heard back from them about the proposed pay increase that you're asking for? They have said that some pay suggestions are simply unaffordable at the minute. They've got other priorities.
Yeah, so the government has said to give everyone across the public sector a pay rise. This isn't just Border Force, and this isn't even just across the civil service. This is for the whole of the public sector. They said £28 billion. Well, you know, it's been reported in the news that the IFS has said that's wrong. It's going to be closer to £18 billion, and they'll get a third of that back in tax, so £12 billion. You know, £12 billion sounds like a lot of money, and it is, of course. However, the government can find money for Tory donors for PPE contracts. They can find money for Ukraine. They can find money for all these things they want to do. So why can't they find money to pay for the workers who work for them, whether that's the Border Force officers, the DWP, the nurses, the paramedics, the firefighters? Why can't we all be given a fair pay rise in line with the cost of living instead of just spending money on their own mates?
Jack, thank you very much for speaking with us. Well, Jack Ogden there really outlining the extent of the strikes that we're seeing across the Christmas period, not just Border Force, but Royal Mail strikes, RMT, train strikes, public road workers strikes over the next few days, Border Forces across 6 of the UK's biggest airports striking over Christmas, over New Year. 250,000 passengers arriving into the UK today. They're expected to see delays and they're told to be prepared for them.
Caterina, thanks very much indeed. And as Caterina